Oh, the fleet grows even bigger. What a beautiful thing I've just bought. Now, I know you're all chiming in going like, well, mate, don't you already have a whole fleet of stuff that needs fixing? Don't you've already got Tony, who clearly doesn't make enough power? Isn't the donkey van blowing smoke? Doesn't that need some help? Isn't Jeff, like, really slow and still stinks? And then, yes, you've got the Frog, and yes, you've got Bruce too. I mean, they're just the reliable stand-ins for commercial and just getting home in one piece. Well, a lot of my car purchases are opportunists. I mean, it's why I've got Bruce too. It was offered to me by an old mate. I knew the car, I trusted him, and yeah, he let me have it for non-collector's money. This baby right here, like, belongs to a proper old mate of mine from my jazz uni days, mate. I've known him for over a decade. I mean, like, we're in our mid-30s, eh? And this is his first ever car, and he only just got rid of it last week. He's just gotten a brand new Suzuki Swift, and like, when he first got this, it was a shiny, perfect condition car. Like, man, Tom drove this thing. It's lovingly aged and perfectly cleaned. It really is an car for the first world. Like, this is the car that moved Eastern Europe through the 80s and 90s, and technically 2000. Well, this is what moved the Western world through the 90s and thousands, and actually still today, because, you know, money isn't great for people. A lot of people are still driving these, and like, for good reason. It's a small 4-cylinder car with 4 doors that lock and aircon that works. What else do you need? I mean, it's even got central locking, mate, with a mobilizer. It's a car, and it's already earned its name. It is the car. This is the most the car I've ever had, and this thing has just never let Tom down. I've always known him with this car. He talked for years about getting rid of it, and yet he kept driving it. Mate, she starts no worries. You know what I mean? The car. Oh, don't worry about this. That's fine. I mean, don't worry about it. And like all this, that's not structural, mate. That's just like looks, hey? Doesn't take any of the car out of the car. 1.8 litre beast. Looking very utilitarian. I don't know if it's been serviced. I don't know if the filter's bad. Wow, I don't care. People ask why. Why do I have this? Number one, it was cheap. Can you see why? But mate, everyone always tells you just to go get an old used Toyota. I want to know, is it actually as fuel economical as they say they are? Got to do the same route as the other guys. It's like 70 kilometers starting at my favorite petrol station, going up through traffic, up the expressway, roundabout at the beach, and then heading all the way back, expressway, stinking traffic again, mate, and we'll see how much fuel it uses. Let's do it. Let's go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Easy does it, the car. Off we go. Well, it's not New Year's anymore, it's just regular old February. So yeah, South Road's a dump hole. I hate South Road. Alright, here we go. Getting on the expressway, mate. We're gonna start kissing her up to 80. 2,500 RPM, we're getting there. Strangely talky, this thing. It's not quick, but it do. It do. Here comes the hungy bit. Just gonna start kissing her up to speed. Alright, we're doing 100, a little over 2,000 RPM. I mean, it's not as refined in here as Jeffy, but that's not bad. But here comes the hill, mate. This is the bit. Oh, come on, the car. Nah, we're gonna have to kick back. All right. Straight to 3,500. All right, yeah. Back to a little over 2. Oh, back up to 3.5. That's right. Yeah. Back down again. Sir, oh, I can turn overdrive off. Okay, good. It keeps kicking in the overdrive. Wait, no. I'm just gonna leave it. Jeffy the 5 liter is still winner of the hill, but this pretty good. Just lots of kicking back. It's windy and cold today. I will not be jumping in the ocean. things. This tradie's getting grumpy. Right, getting back on the expressway. Not that it's a big deal, it really is very normal. Wow, what a terrible drive, and I mean that. Like, Adelaide has the worst drivers, I'm telling you. But how did it do, mate? Jeff got 10.7 litres per 100 Ks. Tony did 5.6 litres per 100 Ks. And the car, 6.5. The traffic was horrible though. This was the worst. When I did the other guys, it was like fresh after New Year's. No one was back at work yet. Whereas like we're in February now and it was just regular traffic. And the fact that it nearly caught up to Tony in far worse traffic, I reckon it would have been eye to eye if this dude actually had to sit in the same traffic that Tony did. Don't forget that Tony's running lean and making more power than a stock one, right? Even in less traffic, barely pepping out the car. But you saw how good it cruised on the highway, and it's got a lot of low down torque. It's not powerful. It's not powerful. No wonder why Tom drove this for so long and only just got rid of it. What a car. Let's get it on the lift. Oh, check this out. Hey, timing belt was done in 09 at 100,000, well, 110,000. It's only up to $250,000 now. So that's still rolling hard. That's fine. Smell the gearbox oil. Smell it. It's there. Smell it.
Oh, that's weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's done a bit of work.
It shifts really good though.
Where's the engine hole?
There. It's pretty typical.
Yeah, it's at the. It smells like engine oil.
Yeah.
Belt doesn't look too old, which is weird. It's got oil on it though.
Oh, it squeaks. At full lock, it goes. The air filter.
Oh yeah.
Like, is that any good? Because it was challenging Tony for the top of economy, completely unserviced. Like, now I'm learning what's in here. It's not bad.
It's pretty clean.
Not bad. A lot of dodgy lube shops won't change spark plugs. You know, they last ages, so they just kind of let them go. Yeah, that's the leaking.
Oh, that plug's no good.
Oh, no?
Okay. That's done a lot.
Oh, it's dripping everywhere.
Look how That's so
Oh,
bad.
wow. It's got a faux hook. It's actually got a hairstyle. Tony only beat the car by like, you know, not even a litre. It was so little. And how cromulent of a machine this was. You saw how good it cruised on the highway and how cracked Tony is. Tony's wailing. Absolutely wailing. With 74. 73. Go, Tony. Oh, no. Tony's been like slightly rebuilt. Tony's had the going over, and look at these crusty boys. And I got that economy out of these. And like whatever filter, I mean that filter's not too bad. That oil is old, that gearbox fluid is burnt.
They're not particularly worn down.
It stops good.
Yeah. Leaks oil from pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, remains leaking, sumps leaking.
Oh.
Hard to tell where that's coming from up the front there somewhere. A little bit from the trans over here. But
Great. No one's stolen the cat yet. This is the noisy side. This is the clackety one.
steering rack.
Ah, knackered steering rack.
Yep.
Ah, that's the clacker. Huh? Yep, that's the noise. And since we know about it, that means it's fixed.
So there's, there's little. I was gonna say there's little bits of cracking on the rubbers. We're fighting each other to say it.
I mean, that's probably why it's so noisy going down the road. Where like it's just very rumbly. So some leaky oil and some bad bushes and a bad steering rack. Basically, got to replace the whole thing. That's not that bad. So there we are. The car. It's a car. I mean, it doesn't get a pass. I mean, those spark plugs are horrible. It's leaking oil. The belts squeak because of leaking oil. Rubbers, bushing, stuff like that. But, like, it just makes me so mad that Tony won something. That's... What have you found? No, don't look at it, James. Don't show the people. It just makes me so mad that Tony's technically won something. The fact that Tony's at the leaderboard of the fuel economy chart. It should have been this. It should have been, like... I don't know, maybe with a service and just not the crazy traffic, it'd be closer. Honorary, this guy wins. Because it actually drove like a car. I mean, James, you've barely seen this car. Actually, haven't been in it. Do you have any last words?
It's a car.
Wow. Hey guys, I'm literally editing this trash video. You want to see how close to the deadline I smacked these babies out? But I've been given some very important news. Tom reached out to me and said that, he got the new Suzuki Swift, the machine that relinquished this car to me. He got a new car so I could have this fantastic thing. Well, I've just found out that yesterday while he was parked in the city for only 20 minutes to go and play piano to accompany a school choir on a windy day, a tree has fallen onto it and it has died. And Tom pointed this out. If this happened only a couple weeks later, it would have been this car that the tree fell onto. His first ever car would have seen him right to the end and die via tree. Well, that didn't happen. The Corolla still lives. I did offer it back to Tom. He said he's going to be fine, insurance. It's all worked out. But the Suzuki is dead, and yet the Camry lives on. Charge on, you manky nugget.